everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let's excel to excel. So I've been getting many messages कि मैम please class 7 का upload कीजिए. So here am I with the first chapter for class 7. So again the book taken is Living English by Ratna Sagar publication, and the chapter today is Wonder. Okay, so in this video I have taken the first section of the chapter, and you will get another video very soon. So in that video I'll take up the second section of the story and also the question and answer. So in this video you just have the explanation of the first section. So let's quickly get into the video. Thank you.
Now, as always, before starting off with the discussion of the story, let's get to know about the author. So the story Wonder is written by this author R.J. Palacio. Okay, now who is R.J. Palacio? R.J. Palacio is an American author and she's also a graphic designer. Okay, so she's from America. Now talking about this story, so this story, basically this Wonder, has been taken from a novel. Okay, so she has written this novel Wonder. This was her first novel, and the story which you have in your syllabus is just a small part taken from that novel Wonder. Okay, now talking about this Wonder, this story, so some people are of the opinion that once her son, he came across once a child with facial deformity and he got scared, he started to cry, and that inspired her to write this entire story. Okay, but then again, people are of the opinion that there is no such character called called August Pullman or Augie, and this was just a part of a fiction, and she wrote this story only to inspire parents, to inspire children, to make them aware that yes, such conditions exist, and we should treat the person, the children, or even the adult nicely. Okay, so this story has been an absolute favorite for people, like educators also, and for children also, and thus this has been published in 45 different countries. Okay, and almost 5 million copies has been sold out. All right, now she has also written other famous work, and that also deals with kind of the similar theme, because the characters also similar which are there in this particular novel. Okay, so this much information about the author is enough. Now let's get to the brief overview of the story. Now talking about the story Wonder is about a 10-year-old boy, August Pullman, who is suffering from a rare facial deformity that has prevented him to attend the regular school and thus had been homeschooled. Okay, so we see a character who is the protagonist of the story. What's his name? His name is August Pullman. And because of his facial deformity, he was unable to go to school. Okay, why was he unable to go to school? The proper reason that will be discussed in the chapter. So for now, just understand that, okay, he couldn't go to school. Okay, now when you go through the story, it will be divided into two sections. First section is, the narrative from August Pullman's point of view. He is talking about his life, his drawbacks, how people treat him, how his family members are treating him, and other stuff. And then we have the second section of the story, which actually talks about her friend. Okay, so finally he went to school and he became friend with a girl. Her name is Summer. So Summer's narrative could be seen in the second part of the story. Alright, so this much overview was enough. Now let's quickly get into the story. So when you read this red part, we all know why is this red part given. ये जो red part होता है ना, वो बस chapter का एक gist दिया जाता है. तो अभी like I discussed, जैसे मैंने discuss किया कि हाँ, August Pullman एक बच्चा है, 10 साल का है, and he is suffering from this rare facial deformity, एक disorder है, एक syndrome है उसको, जिसकी वजह से वो स्कूल नहीं जा पा रहा है. So basically this part is all about that. Whatever we discussed in overview. ठीक है, वही इस section में. Okay. Now let's take a look at the story. So you can see the story, and आप ये भी दे सकते होंगे कि साइड में मैंने like text box जैसा कुछ ऐड किया है. तो now what is that text box all about? ये जो chapter है ना, suppose ये first page है, तो उस first page में क्या information आपको, important information जो आपको मिल रही है इस story से, वो मैंने segregate करने की कोशिश की है. जैसे suppose when you read the story, ठीक है सब. The first thing which you are going to read is how August is trying to kind of justifying, explaining himself. वो बस बता रहा है कि मैं ordinary बच्चा हूँ. ठीक है. वो उसको पता है कि yes, because of his facial deformity he is saying that I know I am not an ordinary 10-year-old kid. Because of his facial deformity, because of the kind of life he is leading, he is living. Okay, but then he says whatever work he does, like I do ordinary things, I eat ice cream, I ride my bike, I play ball, I have an Xbox, stuff like that makes me ordinary. So the first section is how he is trying to convince others, how he is trying to justify, वो किस तरह से justification दे रहा है कि yes, I am an ordinary child. ठीक है. But then comes the second point where he uses sarcasm to state how other ordinary children treat him. So what do we see here? In this part we see that ठीक है fine, वो justify तो कर रहा है कि हाँ like I am good, ordinary हूँ मैं ordinary हरकतें करता हूँ. Then he is using sarcasm, he is using a sarcastic tone कि but बाकी जो ordinary बच्चे हैं वो तो ऐसे दूसरे ordinary बच्चों को treat नहीं करते. They tease me, they treat me badly. So whatever they are doing is not good. So he is actually sarcastic. He is using sarcasm to convey his point. अपना बात बताने के लिए वो sarcasm का use कर रहा है. Okay, then in third section of this page, we see how Augie reacts to these children, to these so-called ordinary children. He says that I am used to it. See, but I am kind of used to how I look, but now I know how to pretend and I don't see the faces people make. We all have gotten pretty good at that sort of thing. Now, who are we here? We here is, he is describing his family. So now let's get to know who all are there in his family. His mom, dad, Via. Now, Via is her sister. Her actual name is Olivia. So, they use this pen name or nickname that is Via. So now he is saying that I am getting, I'm used to these stuff. मुझे आदत है, लोग मुझे देखकर फेस बनाते हैं और मुझे इससे अब कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. And in fact, even my family also, उन्हें भी अब कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. But then he says that except Via. Now we see that उसकी जो बहन है, her sister, she is, absolutely overprotective for her brother August. Okay, so here we see in Olivia में हमें एक बहुत extremely protective sister मिलती है. She is an extremely protective sister who is always there to protect her brother. Okay, and then he is saying that they see me as, even my mom, dad, they see me as extraordinary. So even though they pretend कि हाँ तुम एकदम ordinary हो, सब कुछ normal है तुम्हारे साथ, but the way they treat me, the way they protect me, that makes me feel that no, I am not ordinary. Okay, now let's take up the second part. I think the only person in the world who realizes how ordinary I am is me. So again, the positive side of August is seen. My name is August, by the way. I won't describe what I look like. Whatever you are thinking, it's probably worse. So now he's talking about his appearance. See here. Here August could be seen talking about his appearance. He is not too happy about it and is unable to explain us how he looks. So he is aware of the fact. ठीक है, he is aware. He knows कि yes, कुछ ऐसी deformities है मेरे में. ऐसे कुछ rare conditions है मेरे में which is making me different from others. जो मुझे अलग कर रहे हैं बाकी बच्चों से. And then by talking about his appearance, he says कि मैं नहीं explain कर सकता. I'm just not able to explain how I look. Because whatever I explain, it's actually, or whatever you can imagine, it's even worse. वो उससे भी ज़्यादा खराब है. So he knows कि हाँ ऐसे ऐसे issues हैं उसके साथ. So he says कि even if you try imagining, you will not be able to imagine. Why? Because it's even worse. Okay, now he's talking about his school life. Okay, next week I start 5th grade. Since I've never been to a real school before, I'm pretty much totally and completely petrified. People think I haven't gone to school because of the way I look, but it is not that. It is because of all the surgeries I have had, 27 since I was born. That's why my parents decided it was better if I didn't go to school. I'm much stronger now though. The last surgery I had was 8 months ago, and I probably won't have to have any more for another couple of years. So now he's trying to, he's explaining why he couldn't go to school. Now he says that people are of the opinion that because of, such rare condition, because of this facial deformity, I was not going to school. बट दिस इज नॉट द ट्रूथ. मैं इसके लिए नहीं स्कूल जा पा रहा था बिकॉज मेरा फेस खराब है, या बच्चे डर जाएंगे मुझे देख करके, या मुझे हेजिटेशन है स्कूल जाने में. नो, it is because of the continuous surgeries I was going through. And how many surgeries? 27 surgeries. So just imagine, एक छोटा सा बच्चा 10 साल का है, and till now he has, underwent 27 surgeries. And now his parents think that, okay, he is ready to go to school. Why? Because abhi he had his last surgeries 2 years back. 2 साल पहले उसका surgery हुआ था. And now, 8 months back. I'm really sorry, 8 months back. And now he is of the opinion ki for next couple of years, like for next 1 or 2 years, I will not have to undergo any more surgeries. So he also thinks ki हाँ 2 साल के बाद I may have to take up another surgery. But for now, I am all right. I can go to school. So please get this very clear. वो स्कूल नहीं जा पा रहा था, not because he was, like scared or hesitant because of his facial deformity. Absolutely not. He couldn't go to school because of all the surgeries he was going through, and he was physically, not strong enough to go to school. Now, we are going to know about another character of his family, that is her mother. So, mom homeschooled me. Homeschool is, a person who is being taught at home. Okay. She used to be children's book illustrator. Who is an illustrator? Illustrator is basically a person who draws. Okay, last year, you must have gone through this I opened a book kind of poem where we could see illustrations, picture books and other things were there. ठीक है. So यहाँ पे भी also he is saying that my mother, she used to be an illustrator. She draws really great fairies and mermaids. Her boy stuff isn't so hot though. What is the meaning of boy stuff isn't so hot? That it's not so good. I haven't seen her drawing anything in a long time. I think she's too busy taking care of me and Via. I can't say I always wanted to go to school because that wouldn't be exactly true. What I wanted was to go to school, but only if I could be like every other kid going to school. Have lots of friends and hang around. So basically here we see first of all how important her mother, role was there. How important her mother, how importantly she dedicated her life. She left her own career behind just to take care of Augie and, to teach him because he was unable to go to school. And then he says, if I say, yes, I'm really excited about going to school, then it would be a lie. Yes, if I would have been a normal guy, that, if I go to school, I'll get many friends, I'll go out with them, I'll hang around, then the story would have been different. But now I know what my present scenario is. Okay, and so he is very hesitant. Okay, he is holding himself back. He's not very sure whether this is a correct decision or not. Okay, so with this, we completed the first section of the story. All right.
So with this, we have completed the explanation of the first section. So in the next section, you will be getting the explanation of the second section and the question and answer as well. So please like the video and share it with as many students as possible. जिनकी भी help हो जाए इस video से. So I'll be obliged, and keep watching the video and keep pouring the love which has been pouring till now. Thank you.